Hello, my name's Christian Barton. I am negative of defunding the police. I've put together 5 questions for the affirmative of defunding the police. Question 1: what will happen after defunding the police? Question 2: the day when there are no more cops to patrol, who will keep the law and order? Question 3: without police, what plan do you have in action when someone is being attacked by a person gone mad with a machine gun raging havoc in public? Question 4: do you claim all cops are crooked or evil? If not, then what plan and action will you do to take care of these good cops and help them find another job and provide for the families? And question 5: how can you prove all cops are evil, unjust, and deserve a defund? Now, to answer the questions the affirmative has asked me, do you think the police are actually equipped with skills to deal with those in mental health crises? I don't think you'll ever be equipped to literally be able to handle these situations unless you've literally went to school for a therapy or a therapist. However, as a police officer, you deal with domestic violence, angry couples, you deal with killers. So you deal with a handful of people, and I believe the training you're given is composure and self-awareness to handle these situations universally. Second question I was asked is, do you believe that the police truly need the amount of funding they currently, and if so, for what reason? So the funding the police are currently getting, I think it actually should be getting raised considering how hated cops are now. I believe that the job is all the more riskier. Now the reality is we can't get rid of the police because they keep our law and order. Now without the police, then what's stopping you from robbing the 7-Eleven? Nothing besides the police. The reality is if you defund the police, nobody would see the reward of becoming a cop unless it's legitimately just a pure passion, and I don't think the passion will outweigh your life. This is why defunding the police wouldn't be a wise situation. Question 3. If police are only called when somebody has been wronged, how do you explain when the police have been called on children for selling lemonade or for people having a barbecue in the park? The reality is people are human. You also can't always trust the mainstream media and what you viewed on social media. It's important to remember anything on social media or even the media can be false. Another truth is that you don't know the full story. What if the kids selling lemonade were actually up to something? And here's the reality of it all. Just because the cops got called on the lemonade stand doesn't mean the kids got prosecuted or sent to jail or anything. It was a misunderstanding, and I doubt anything happened to the kids. Question 4, lastly, how do you justify the bad apples you speak of? So, I'm not standing for any bad cops, and I'm not even standing for good cops. The reality is all the cops are humans just like you and I, and we make mistakes. Yes, I agree. There could be a racist cop, but I also agree there could be a fantastic cop. How do you tell the difference? You can't. The reality is you have to wait until one of these cops gets sought out. And the point is you can't go scraping off every cop you see just because of a bad apple. Instead, you have to figure out how to get to the root. I know we've come up with body cams that allow us to monitor these cops on patrol, and this has actually been very helpful with lowering crime actions with cops, whether it's them always being able to, their actions are always be seen. The point is the crime is lowering. And so for my rebuttal on why I believe I should win this debate is because defunding the police, it can't be good. Giving our tax dollars in another place, even if we were to defund the police, inflation would rise. If there's no more cops to write tickets, inflation and traffic tickets would skyrocket. This would create jobs lost for countless cops, millions around the world, families losing their jobs. Another reason why is because, once again, if there's no law and order, then it stops nobody from raining havoc on the cities, in the states. So there must be a 911 person to answer that call, and there must be somebody to respond. The reality is we need the police. I know a time in my life I needed the police. I know there's going to be a time in your life when you may need the police. Don't forget the police aren't always there just to go kill somebody. The police are actually there to have composure and helpfully solve an issue. They're not there to cause issues. They're there just for support. If I can ask one thing, I ask that the jury doesn't confuse cops with killers, more that they're just citizens trying to do their job. It's a lot of weight on their job to carry a gun. It's a heavy burden, and they still do it to keep our safety. Our nation has been functioning just fine for generations with police in holding the law. Nobody said the police have the utmost authority. The police do work for us. We do pay them with our tax dollars, but there are countless stories of policemen saving lives, stopping armed robberies, bank robberies, store robberies, violent domestic crimes, saving children. So to say to defund the police is a bit extreme, but to suspend or fire bad apples, now I'm in agreement with you on there. Overall, defunding the police, I'm negative. I think the police should actually be getting a raise. And I hope the jury can please see where I'm coming from, and just have some empathy for these families, because not everybody's a bad person.